Partly probably because it was a new network.
Come on, Ryan. I'm on chat.
Right.
It's coming from YouTube. There's stuff to delay in there. I think you're good. YouTube. Yeah, everybody else.
Test 1, test 2. Oh, hey. Hey, it's people. Yes. Star Trek and
All
stuff.
right.
And so weiter and so fort. A starship.
It's like some kind of a Star Trek.
Yes.
Some kind of a trek through
Anyway.
the stars.
Don't worry about the technical issues. I would never have technical issues. I'm a very professional streamer. So
Once in a while, that'll happen.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. So, there was one thing I wanted to talk... Well, first off, the first episode we're watching is Till Death Do Us Part, Season 7, Episode 18 of DS9, so everyone could be queued up to that. But there's one thing I wanted to talk about before I got into Star Trek, and that's something I was thinking about last night. That C and X are completely pointless letters and they shouldn't exist in English. Why are they here? What do they do? X can just be replaced with either a Z or a KS, depending on context. C is just a K or an S. Why does it exist? Why is it here?
Well, here's a good explanation for that. You know when you like write some code, and then you keep writing some code, and then the program gets like really well developed, but there's like a bunch of old legacy code that's just in there, and people
You can
just
still
continue
access the
using
Windows
it.
3.1 phone dialer from Windows 10.
That's basically your answer.
How do you do that? Is that like, do I need to open up like the run menu and run something?
I don't know how, but I know there's a way to do it. I don't know how. Let me
It's
see.
even in Windows 11.
Yeah, Windows 11. Windows 10 phone
That's a thing.
dialer. Let me see if I can find it. No, I don't want an app.
I have Windows 10. I don't have a Windows 11. I don't know if I'll get it.
So
Oh,
the
it's not
question is, when we
officially out
update the English language, how do we push the update so that everyone gets updated at the same time?
Oh, I think I might have found it. Give me a second to test. Yes, you just go to run and dialer.exe. So it's still there.
Oh, phone dialer was unable to find telephone device or modem to use dial voice calls.
Oh no.
They all die on.
That's just the old phone dialer. You can actually get dial-up networking as well.
Well, why would you want to?
Yeah, no. Unless you live in the middle of nowhere,
555.
it's the only option.
Star Trek.
I don't think 555 Star Trek is going to result in anything. That's also too many numbers. Unless the country code is 5. Whose country code is 5?
555 is a universal like sample number, so nobody's is.
Well, but he said 555 Star Trek, which is the same number of numbers as like a 1-800 and then 7 numbers. That's one too many.
My area is
1-800
6.
Star Trek even a thing?
No, because that's too many numbers. That's 8 numbers.
I thought you said it was the right amount, like a second
They
ago.
start.
I mean, it's the right amount if you include a country code.
No one has the country code 5, but Brazil is 55.
Oh.
So if you want to call Brazil, do the prefix 55, and then, you know, whoever.
Alright, everyone be queued up. We're 40 seconds from start till death do us part. As Cisco agonizes over his broken engagement, Ducat's latest evil plan is revealed, says Amazon.
Cisco.
Spoilers.
Spoilers for the 90s?
The cat's evil plan is revealed? Like, spoilers? Come on.
Darth Vader is Luke's
say
father.
that?
Iwinel
evil.
drives to the station to assist Cisco with his wedding, and he admits the prophets warned that he would face a great trial in his future.
Press
It's a
play in
Netflix
5,
description.
4, 3, 2, 1, play. But they already warned
Do
him
we
about
watch
the
the
future.
recaps?
Yeah, watch.
Oh,
Don't
yes,
skip the
last
recap.
time on Star Trek.
Do not skip the
Yeah,
recap.
No. If you do, you're gonna be lost.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of recaps, and by a lot I mean literally every episode.
It's a
I had to do this because
YouTube video on the YouTube stream.
for streaming.
But I'll blur the screen.
Burn the screen.
Yeah, it took her about 10 minutes to find Worf.
Yeah. I don't know why they
Why
had so
did
much
they
trouble
find
with it.
It's
It was
just
super easy.
smarter.
Barely an inconvenience.
And she's just like, yes, execute all the weigh-ins and start again, lol.
Why are they working on a vaccine? They're already infected.
Because Star Trek doesn't know what a
Yeah, it doesn't make
vaccine
a lot of
is.
sense.
Star Trek doesn't know what a lot of things are,
It doesn't know what evolution is. It doesn't know what medicine is or vaccines.
especially evolution.
It
It
doesn't
means
understand
something
how big
different in
space
every
is.
episode. It really doesn't understand that.
You mean it's
And
not
weirdly,
don't have that
it's
here.
sometimes exactly accurate.
Are you telling
not
me my
possible.
TV show isn't perfectly accurate to reality?
I've never figured out, is that actually a Wraith that's telling him that, or was that really the Prophet?
No, that's a prophet.
Okay. So I thought maybe
And-
it was like
yes,
the
Michael?
Wraith trying to sabotage him.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
No, it's not, Michael. Tell us what you want.
It was a dumb joke anyway. Go ahead.
Fine.
He's lost his father to the Paul Wraiths, or sorry, the Prophets. Imagine if your dad just joined a cult,
He is the
started
cult.
worshipping some aliens.
Desk crystals! Oh wait, it's candles.
What even is that? Is that a candle?
Those are candles. They're definitely candles.
Why do they have
Desk
communicators
candles!
Why do they have communicators?
So they can
with them?
commune with the prophets.
in them? Oh, okay.
They
Standard.
require
Decorative.
modern solutions.
Is that Solbor on the
Cisco
right?
to
That looks like
prophets.
Solbor.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, this is the first time we've seen him, I think.
Cisco to prophets, please make the harvest bountiful on Bajor this year.
Do you think they're gonna light that candle?
They didn't.
Certainly hope not.
They shouldn't. They didn't. They can't.
Okay. Oh boy. Would you guys let Kai Wynn officiate your wedding? She is the spiritual leader. She's basically the space pope. It's gotta be extra
Isn't that the
holy.
only reason you need to say no?
Do you not
Kevin,
like
we're
the
getting
space
some
pope?
background noise from you.
Not when it's Kai Wynn.
I wouldn't care really. But Cassidy cares.
Not that you would know. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Kai Wynn. They hate you. Why
Maybe
do the
the prophet's
prophets
right about
care
something.
that Cisco's getting married?
Well, because they don't want him to abandon his wife.
Yeah, I think it's mostly that.
Unborn
Like
child.
Sarah doesn't want.
They're just looking out for
specifically-
him.
Yeah, she's specifically looking out for him. She knows that the end of this is literally him ending up in whatever the white space is that he ends up in for a long time, and he's just gonna break
Ah, now-
Cassidy's heart.
Now these are the wraiths.
Yes.
I like that they have all the same branding as the prophets. The Cisco.
His nostrils are looking big from that angle.
Mm-hmm. You can see all the way up to his brain.
I mean, if I'm trying to look at someone's brain, I'd rather just go with someone like Captain Baudet.
Well, not everyone has a see-through skull.
surely you'd want to date someone with a transparent skull. You can always see what they're thinking about.
Well,
That's how brains work.
That's how betazoids are able to read minds. They just they have X-ray vision and can see through your skull and see your
Ah.
brain.
So why can Counselor Troy only feel emotions? Can she only see through your rib cage to your heart?
It's
Something like that, yeah.
it's because she's
That
half
makes sense.
betazoid.
Okay, but yeah, what physically does that mean to her X-ray
Uh,
vision?
I guess it means that her brain isn't telepathic enough.
it only
have no
works in
idea.
one eye.
Like her X-ray vision is like, 2050.
It won't go through lead, but it'll go through paper.
Well, let's see. D&D 5e, X-ray, Ring of X-ray Vision. That's what I'm looking for.
They have X-rays in D&D.
Yeah. Well, it's magic
That's
X-rays.
weird.
Okay, this is what I was looking for. It can penetrate 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, or 3 feet of wood or dirt, and it's completely blocked by lead.
So it does sound effectively exactly like X-rays.
Yes.
Look, a triangle ship.
It's beautiful. I just can't believe they got
Joe.
rid of them in the show proper. Why would they do that? They
What
replaced
do you
it with
mean they got
Jaeger.
rid of them?
The ending shot for the show
Oh.
used to always be just a triangle ship docking with the station, and now it's a stupid Jaeger flying around.
I guess they
Why?
closed the triangle ship factory.
A hot take is I don't mind the Jaeger class. It's fine.
It's no triangle.
It's obviously not meant to be. It's not meant to be viewed close up. But because
get
it's
a
a
lot.
kit
We get a
bash.
pretty good
So yeah, it
view.
looks stupid when you look at it up
That's
close, but it looks completely serviceable when it's behind the station. It looks like a cool Intrepid variant, like an Intrepid Miranda.
Chuck Yeager deserves better.
I would like one of those green ships.
looks like one of the ships from Enterprise. One of those early mysterious angry alien ships.
Maybe it's the one where like the aliens just like appear on board and don't say anything and bug the ship.
As to the truth.
Enterprise
Oh my
responds with blowing up asteroid.
Eagle Moss has a Jaeger class model. I had no idea.
Let me look that up. Do they have an XL size?
I don't know. I just found I was curious exactly what the Jaeger
Algae
class looked like in
paste.
detail.
Looks like they
I
only
just
have the
Googled
it. It says Leia.
regular size.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Yeah, she says here that Breen is supposed to be cold, but then Wayun says it's temperate. But they still wear refrigeration suits. So it's just, it's like Mandalorian armor. It's not about who you are underneath. It's just the suit that defines you as a Breen.
They're just so cool.
In the books, there's many Breen species, all wearing
Exactly.
refrigeration suits.
It's to weed out the reptilians. No reptilians in Breen society. Everyone wears a refrigeration suit. If someone was a reptile, they just go into torpor, just fall over. Yeah, it would have been nice if the La Serena was a triangle. That would have been great. What was the La Serena again? We didn't really get many exterior shots of it. Let me look up a picture.
It looks weird. It looks like one of those Mass Effect shuttles, but bigger.
Yeah, the paint job isn't very Starfleet, but it's not a Starfleet ship, so whatever. It's a little odd.
It was meant to be Starfleet.
Canar. Can I have some?
Pinar with Damar.
Yeah.
Wayne is in Damar's bedroom,
Oh, what's he gonna do?
as you do.
Well, I assume he's not going to crawl into bed with him.
Wayne is in the bedroom.
All together. You know what I mean?
Why
At least
does
he kept his fancy badge on.
Leggett Damar go to bed wearing his armor?
Because
he
he's
was
that much of a drunk. He was drinking like right after work, so he never had time to change, and he passed out without changing either. And now he's
Okay.
probably very uncomfortable. And
God,
his
it
back
looks
hurts a lot.
so sweaty in there.
Mm-hmm. And now he has to wear it all day because Wayne isn't going to let him change.
But it's just going to stink up the op center.
Do Cardassians?
Weak
They
noses.
love the heat.
Well, they're reptiles. Do reptiles sweat? Do, like, lizards sweat? What do lizards do?
I'm not convinced that Cardassians are reptiles. They have boobs.
I guess.
Wait, they're like armadillos.
Reptiles do not sweat. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're mammals.
I mean, they've got to
Are
be
we sure
mammals
that-
because they reproduce with Bajorans.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, there's that too.
What do you think they call hair of the dog?
What? What do I think they call the hair of the dog? What?
Yeah, hair of the
Hair of
dog
the
is when
bull.
you get up and you're hungover, so you start drinking again to cure the hangover. Hair of the dog.
Hair of the vole, I guess it would be, because it's literally the only Cardassian animal that we know of.
Even
I think the
if
Mark still
Wilson-
hasn't finished this drink. I finally did. The cut. Sorry. The cut. I found some more.
Hair of the dog that bit you is a colloquial expression in the English language predominantly used to refer to alcohol that is consumed with the aim of lessening the effects of a hangover.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't realize I'd asked the computer to define it, but alright.
Well, I had to find it. I didn't know what it meant. I never heard it before.
Never heard what?
Of you. Who are you?
Never heard the cat's
Wow.
smooth voice convincing you to rebel against your
Gold
government.
Ducat.
What's your timestamp?
Well, let me
I got
share that to
12:20.
Discord for you.
I got
There you go.
12:20. I got 12. Well,
For Discord-
12:45 now. I didn't have 12:20.
On Discord, use this timestamp. I am streaming, not the timestamp on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, use the timestamp on YouTube. It is the way.
This is the way.
This
How
is
did
the
Gold
way.
Ducat
It's a way.
get here?
He just turned
they-
up, you know.
Do they just accept passenger shuttles from Cardassia?
No, the cat's too smart for that.
He hopped
up.
aboard and he switched ships mid flight. He used a Dominion transporter to transport himself aboard an inbound ship.
Oh, that statue that Cisco's holding? That looks like a contemplative xenomorph to me.
does look like a xenomorph.
Whatever it is, it looks like there's a football on top.
No, that's the xenomorph's head.
H.R. Geiger made a lot of interesting art. In fact, I think he was flying somewhere. I want to say it was Germany or out of Germany, and he had like a portfolio in his carry-on, and he got stopped by security because they were really perplexed with what the pictures were, and they thought he might be like a serial killer.
Okay. Is that like that guy getting questioned on a plane because he was doing algebra?
No,
Okay.
you gotta see H.R. Geiger's stuff. It's interesting. But that's the guy who designed the creature and a lot of the environments for the original Alien movie and then subsequent movies.
Maybe in another parallel universe he is a serial killer because his thought process wasn't put into artistic endeavor.
It was a little bit like that, Cisco.
I want to say he did Event Horizon too, but if he didn't do it, I think it was heavily inspired by his work.
I'm trying to decide how I
It's a-
feel about Cassidy's outfit. It looks like a one piece, which I'm not fond of, but the color looks okay on her.
Like the most
Looks like a
beige is
one piece.
beige. Perfect 90s beige.
Looks like a one piece right there.
I'm not sure if the white suit is like an undershirt with sleeves, or if that's just part of the same thing.
Maybe part of the same thing, but it looks like one piece, it's just a white piece.
God told me to break up with you, Cassidy. He doesn't like you.
That's basically what he
Imagine-
said.
Imagine telling your girlfriend you're choosing your imaginary friends over her.
I mean, they're not imaginary. She knows they exist. You can go and talk to them. They're just weird alien people.
Strange alien beings told me to break up with you.
Outrageous.
Also,
If
I'm
it's a
moving
One
out and
Piece,
I'm
why
moving
does she
into
have a
the
belt?
temple.
For
Now I'm
fashion?
moving to the
Fashion.
Celestial Temple. See you later.
That's
Gotta
for
emphasize
the
that.
suit that she's wearing.
Ooh, asymmetry.
That's for the suit that she's wearing. That's for the suit that she's wearing. That's why there's a belt.
Now, speaking of fashion, though, I'm not convinced by Worf's cranberry shirt.
Cranberry.
It looks weird seeing Worf in just normal human clothing.
Well,
Human clothing.
it's his undershirt of his uniform.
Yeah, but he needs the jacket.
Thanks, Worf.
You're talking about
Ooh.
regular clothes. I thought you meant regular street clothes.
I had an amazing dream last night. Last night, I dreamt that I found a coaster that I had previously lost.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, in real life, that coaster is still missing. I have no idea where it could possibly gone. I just keep it on my desk, but now it's not here, and it's not like behind the desk. It's not anywhere to the side. I can't find it, but it's somewhere. I assume. I swear I've turned this whole place upside
Because-
down.
Did it get stuck to the bottom of a mug and then you put it somewhere else?
No?
There's a Lacar's mug set that I really want to get, but it's like $120. It's also plates, so like dinner plates, and 2 black mugs, and it's all black ceramic though. But oh well.
That's just plain white mug. Though mugs, I will say, are superior to cups in that they're much easier to clean.
And
Hey Kevin, I guess.
Just have a Bosch dishwasher and then everything's easy to clean because you just
I
put
don't
it
have
in the
a
Bosch
dishwasher.
And the Bosch dishwasher makes everything like better than new.
Well, let me go on
This stream
Amazon
brought
and
to you
look
by
up
Bosch
Bosch
dishwashers.
dishwasher. Bosch dishwasher.
Does
Do you
Amazon have a
recommend the,
Bosch
Science-
dishwasher.
Science is
the
something-
I can take a picture of it for
SHE3AR76UC
you.
or the SHE3AR75UC?
I don't know. I'll tell you what model I have when I get done here.
Or
and
do you
I'll
prefer the
put it up.
SHXM4AY55N100 series?
Just walk with the prophets, my child.
Why are dishwashers labeled like computer monitors?
Okay, I'm actually in the kitchen about to take a picture.
It reminded me of the AR-115 rifle that Ezri solved.
What
I
did
don't know.
Actually, it's a TR one.
AR-115 is a
113?
different thing.
Sorry.
There was AR-558, which is a planet.
Yes.
The rifle was the TR-116.
Thank you. Thank you.
How
thank
come
you.
during the siege of AR-558 they didn't bring an M16? That would have been way more effective.
Against holographic Jem'Hadar?
Well, I mean, there were more Jem'Hadar that were real later.
Mm-hmm.
A simple man of the land. Who's clicking?
Yeah, someone's got a really loud ass
me.
click.
Sorry, that's me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, calm your clicks down. GPS-enabled
Mouse has, like,
coasters.
one of
That's not a
those-
bad idea. Because my coasters are 3D printed, so
Oh
I could
yeah, you
like
can put one of those
I could put a
one of
little
those Apple things on them.
Yeah.
Tags.
what was I gonna say? A thing where a little cubby hole in the coaster where you put the GPS thing.
A recess.
A
A
recess.
compartment.
An abscess, if you will.
An inlay.
No.
Abscess is a wound that has
Infection,
like
yeah.
like pus leaking out.
Yeah, a wound in your
Okay.
coaster for your GPS device.
Okay, thanks. Hey, we get to see Kai win.
We get to see
She
Kai
was so-
win in private. Well,
she was
not right
so
now.
ready to marry Cisco and Cassidy. That's why she came aboard.
Yes, we have been watching the episode up to this point.
I mean, some
mean,
of it.
I feel like we were just talking about other stuff.
I mean, in
but I
that
just joined,
coaster,
so I
I
wouldn't know.
spent like 30 minutes designing that coaster, putting a little Starfleet logo on it. Now I have to redesign it. I don't think I still have the STL file.
You're getting the Janeway mug soon.
Check the memory
Yeah, but
card
that
for
thing-
your 3D printer. Maybe you still have the G code.
The mug does not replace a coaster. I can't put a mug on my mug. Those are still for sale, by the way. They should be. Though
yeah,
they
but they're
have
like $60 now. I think
yeah,
you
they
got it for
increased the
50.
price.
Yeah. I mean, I prefer white ceramic anyway when I drink out of a mug.
How does
Just
she
showing
not
a
recognize
picture.
Ducat?
And I just took off my
Because he's a different species.
dishwasher. It's a Bosch dishwasher.
Oh wow.
Okay. Also, she doesn't really interact with Gul Dukat when he's a Cardassian.
I
The
mean,
joint.
She
that's
knows
like
of
saying that we
Golden
wouldn't know what Hitler looked like, though. She knows
If
Ducat's
Hitler
face and voice.
got a buzz cut and shaved off his mustache.
But it's like
And
I don't
was
think
wearing
we need to
dark
recognize him.
glasses.
if you found
I don't
someone
think we
who
would
sounded
recognize him.
quite a bit like Hitler, but he was a black man, you wouldn't assume that's Hitler.
True. True.
I mean, he doesn't just sound like Ducat, though. He looks exactly like him.
He's what are you talking? He's a Bajoran now.
Like every single one of us recognized Marco Limo in what's it called? Time something or other in
Yes, the
Time
concept
Zero in
was Zoran now.
TNG. He was out of Cardassian makeup there. We all recognized him.
Yeah. I mean, I recognize
Sure, I would've
Von
if I hadn't
Armstrong
known
as a
at that time.
Klingon. That doesn't mean it's Admiral Forrest.
No, it can be really hard, even from age, to recognize somebody from like. There's a lot of changes that happen.
His first role on Star Trek was the best, though. That's
I've-
where I really recognize him from.
He was a Cardassian Gull.
No,
was
he had a role
Romulan.
before that. No, he had a role before that.
What?
Oh
what
yeah,
was
he
it?
was
That's
the Antikin.
The Antikin, yeah. He's in the full
Jesus.
makeup.
God, I forgot it was not important. Who cares?
See, you couldn't recognize Hitler if he was an Antedian or an Antikin.
Or an Antedian. Those are also a species. I don't know what they look
Well,
like though.
you'd have a hard time recognizing anybody if they were in a full headpiece that changed their facial structure entirely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up Antedians, but Google keeps recommending me Indians.
Hey, look, there's a Nebula
Those
class
Those are different people.
and a Saratoga. The Saratoga.
Oh, the Antedians
Wish they
were
had
the dumb
made-
fish people. Okay. That's right.
I wish they had made like a Nebula version of the Sovereign. Although I'm
Yeah.
not sure if it would be practical.
No, it wouldn't be practical at all.
Because like the whole point of the Miranda class and the Nebula class is to have like a compact version of the mainline starship, right?
Right,
So, like
right.
the Miranda
This-
is to the Constitution as the
Right.
Nebula is to the galaxy.
good
But, like the
observation.
Sovereign is already pretty compact because it has no neck. It's like
Yeah.
a bodybuilder.
And they never did it for the Excelsior either.
My
But
favorite
we saw
fact
it to
about
the-
bodybuilders is the top
hold
of a
on.
bodybuilder, their head, and like the bottom of their neck just looks like a smaller man coming out of a larger man's body.
There's they didn't like officially do like a Miranda version of the Excelsior, but they did have the through deck carrier version of the Excelsior for the Dominion War, where they used refit Constitution nacelles on it, and basically the saucer section was directly over the engineering hull, and then it had nacelles on either side.
Not know this shit.
What was the name of that class? I can't remember.
Hang on, I'm gonna unblur the screen for a second because I need to show something here. So here's the shirtless bodybuilder man, and you can see, to me, right here is the shoulders of a smaller man, and it goes down into there, into the suit of a larger man.
Those are your trapezius muscles. Lots of
But it
people
just-
don't have them that big, but yeah, those are actual muscles.
Well, I'm aware that it is not, in fact, the shoulders of a smaller man in another man's suit, and it's just muscle. But it's what it looks like to me.
That's really crazy. Thanks. I never observed that before.
Yeah,
crazy.
you looked up Antedians. Those are the guys that the cameo was Mick Fleetwood.
Yeah, the
But,
dumb fish people.
Yeah, Marco
Trevor
Limo
has
was an
no
Antikin,
honor.
which was the I don't even know what you'd call him. Just weird.
Wait, he was an Antedian?
Mick
He was
Fleetwood was an Antedian. Marco Limo was an Antikin.
Hmm. I don't know what an Antedian is.
An Antedian is a fish person, an Antikin is
I know
like
the
a
Antedian.
Mammal.
Antikin is, what even would you describe that? The
Mammal.
What specifically?
Yeah, I dropped a
Wolf,
memory alpha
dog.
link in the Discord.
One of them,
like
I remember one of them ended up being a
dog.
terrorist that was trying
Yeah,
to
the fish
assassinate some
people.
These
delegates.
guys. This was
The fish
Marco
people.
Limo?
Yeah,
No, the mammal was Marco Limo.
Yes,
the one in Discord
I'm sorry.
was Marco Limo. Yeah,
we're all looking at different channels. The one in the general chat
In
is
general.
Marco Limo. Yes, you are correct. A Klingon would rather die than be held captive, other than the Romulan prison camp and the Dominion prison camp. Oh. They have brain pain sticks. Nice.
Pick up the can wharf. Remember how they like murdered murdered and ate one of the opposing delegates, and it's just brushed over?
Yeah, don't
it's
worry
like at
about
the end
that.
of the
Just
episode.
for a joke.
Yeah, Picard's
TNG
like,
is so weird.
Picard tells Riker, "Why don't you deal with this? I'm gonna go rest because I just turned from energy being back into a human."
God, they went through the whole
Don't
bottle.
judge another culture by our culture's norms, okay? Jeez.
Just because someone wants to eat an ambassador, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. It's like, don't judge them by your human morals and
Eating people is bad, I'm gonna say it.
Are they really people if they're fish?
See, you are what you eat. So if you want to be a person, you have to eat a person.
Eating people is bad because you can catch anything from a person. Most of the time, other species things are not transmittable to us.
Well,
so
just make
we're
sure you
much
cook
safer.
it well.
No,
Yeah, cook it. Jeez.
you can catch
Cook it.
anything from a person.
I wonder if we've heard the name Angel Tanan before, like if that's someone that Gul Dukat murdered and stole his identity.
I heard him.
Ah, Angel Tanan was a Bajoran who died in the labor camp at Batal. Okay, good to know.
Yeah,
Rest in
he
peace.
totally stole the identity of one of the people he had murdered. That is revealed later on in this episode, or a subsequent episode.
I think the next episode, according to Memory Alpha. The Changing Face of Evil.
She doesn't know who he. Oh wow, I forgot about
He's-
this subplot.
He's the cop.
I thought she was in league with him since. Yeah, thank you, Kevin. But I thought she was in league with him since the cult episode. But
Oh,
I
She's
missed
not
that with you
gonna
guys.
figure it out for like 6 more episodes.
Oh wow, thanks.
yeah, we still got 6 more episodes.
And Soulbore's gonna figure it out. Kai Wynn doesn't even do it.
That's so disgusting that you would like fall in love with a war criminal, like somebody who you think is just like a
He's a
person
simple
next
man
door.
of the land.
person
You
next
have to
door.
understand Kai Wynn. Kai Wynn has a lust for power, and therefore she will lust after any man she thinks can elevate her status. Look what she did with the what you call it? What was his name? Not the Vedic. The like the
first
Prime Minister of Bajor, the First
Yeah.
Minister. Thank you. She was getting all flirty with him when she thought he would make her Kai.
I mean, I don't know if that
And,
applies in this situation though, because as far as she knows, he's just a farmer. And when she figures out that he's Gul Dukat, she never sleeps with him again.
She thinks that he's sent by the prophets to basically help her supplant
Yeah,
the
okay,
emissary.
he's manipulating her fears though, because that's what he is. But I don't think it's her fault that she's just sucked in by his charm.
Mm,
I mean, who could say
yeah,
no to a
she's
face like
a little bit innocent here because she thinks she's helping the prophets, but like she gets fully exposed to the truth in a little bit.
Yeah, and by the way,
Right.
she had a vision and she was always praying for a vision. So
Right,
it's her
yeah.
own piety and her own like vanity because she thinks that God should be talking to her. And that when God finally talks to her, it turns out to not be God, but the other
Okay.
guy.
What is this underlighting? Where's the light coming from here?
You're right. She has these personality vices that are being preyed upon by the
Or
party.
spotlights.
No, I don't think the light's coming from her personality vices. I think it's coming from the floor.
Sorry.
It's either the lights behind Quark or they have
Yeah.
spotlights.
Yeah, tell him, Kevin.
It's Cisco's mood. It's his mood lighting. So he's in a kind of somber, sad mood. He wants to sit in the dark alone.
There was a Kickstarter a while ago for like landing strips you would put on your floor to help you walk to the bathroom. Is that what he has here?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, they had that
It's
for
called
home
Learn
movie
to See in the
theaters.
dark.
Yeah.
Also, I love when they show that Quark has a heart. Like, I like those moments.
Sorry, what did he
Quark-
just do? I was too busy focusing on the lighting of the shot.
Well, Quark basically handed the ring off and told him, "Oh, it's non-refundable," and then comes back and says, "You know, it would be a shame to let something so beautiful go to waste." Just kind of trying to give Cisco a push in the right direction.
Well, even the it's non-refundable was kind of like, don't give me it back, use it.
Yeah.
It's just
That's
it's a Ferengi way of saying it.
And for the
Yeah.
slower members of the audience, the thing that's so beautiful that would go to waste is not the ring.
Yes.
I did take a minute to get that.
No, it's the ring. Don't be silly.
Oh, okay. That's true. He could just find like another woman. It's fine. Who cares about women? It's all about the ring.
No, it's true love, so you don't give that up.
No.
What is true love?
Well, unless the Parathan come and take it away from you, but you
Maybe
can't do
don't
anything
hurt
about
me.
that.
Computer define true love.
True love is when you want one person more than anyone else in the whole world. Well,
Thanks,
more
computer.
than the rest of the world
True
combined.
love is.
Well, the first result says true love is a strong and lasting affection between spouses or lovers who are in a happy, passionate, no Oxford comma, and fulfilling relationship.
No Oxford comma. That was a good one.
What about Urban
think true
Dictionary?
love is
geez, this
when-
lasts forever.
When you're willing to raise entire civilizations to the dirt and salt the earth so it lays barren for 7 generations just to be with them.
True love is when your friends save you from being assimilated by the Borg, and therefore, when it's your friend's time to get assimilated by the Borg Queen, you go in and save him from engineering.
And then you say,
It's your Ensign Lynch, and then you just shoot him.
There was
Hey,
no
your
way to
stream's
save
acting
him.
up, Ryan.
My stream's acting up?
Okay, I think it's okay.
Oh no, it's dead. The stream's dead.
Yeah.
It's fine. It'll come back. Just keep going. Just keep going. It's fine.
It's back.
Oh, it's got no. Wait. It's at half bit rate. It's supposed to be 6,000 kilobits. It's currently 3,000. If you're watching 144p.
I mean, I can still see it's on, and I'm watching on Netflix.
Oh, it's coming back.
I can still see it's on YouTube, but I'm watching on Netflix.
Yeah, it didn't crash completely to 0. It went to like half bit rate, so the quality would have dropped significantly. But that doesn't really matter because the screen's all blurry anyway. Who cares?
Okay. All right.
It might have stuttered a bit, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
No, don't do it. Ew. Gross. She has cooties.
I mean, is that
Have you
worse than
considered
her?
that Angel is the gross one, in fact?
Well,
What happens if
only
you catch
girls have
Cardassian
cooties.
cuties?
We know this from elementary school.
What do boys have?
I don't know.
Nothing. We are pure beings until contaminated by cuties.
I don't remember anything from elementary school about boy cooties.
Oh, it's definitely a thing.
You're going against the will of the
romantic, huh?
prophet, Cisco. You fool. So he invited Nog and his senior staff. Does he not have friends other than the senior staff and Nog?
Hmm.
I mean, I
He
can
had that
understand
one
that.
He had that one baseball player that was like, "We'll be in
Mokai?
touch." The alien who took the form of the baseball player, and then we never heard from them again.
Yeah, that's standard. What you do is you go and say, yeah, we should hang out sometime. It was great talking to you, and you never talk to them again. That's how it works. Because they're not Bajoran.
It's a big nope. It's a big
You're
nope.
serious.
Oh, I'm not sold on
Yeah.
that dress, Cassidy. Well, I
Did
might
they
like
iron
the
it?
dress.
Like, what?
My
Oh,
concern
it's
is that she
bad.
didn't iron it first. It's all
Yeah.
wrinkly.
I think she should have gone to
It's
Garrick
pretty
and
bad,
had him
honestly.
had him put in a boob window like he did for
No.
Ursa and Bator.
No.
Ursa and Bator.
If she just had Garrick iron
Hey, look,
it,
it's
it would be
the
fine.
Admiral himself.
No, John, how dare you? Admiral
Dude, he
Ross is
literally
a
works
great
at
admiral.
Section 31.
One time. You commit one gross violation of ethics and suddenly you're a bad guy. Just because he got one person killed who didn't do anything to deserve it, what's the big deal? Oh, until death separates them. Well, that's convenient, because death is going to separate them real soon, and then it doesn't count anymore. Everything's fine.
This.
Is that even grammatically correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I thee wed.
And
I know it's what people say,
oh,
but
no,
is
word
that...
or Northman.
I don't know about him.
It's just old syntax.
But surely the correct form would be I wed thee.
Nope.
Let me see if Google has an explanation for this.
Uh-oh. Time for Google to ruin everything as
It's just
usual.
explaining that "the" means you. I know that, Google. I read Shakespeare in high school. I'm familiar with some Old English. I'm talking about the grammar structure. That's using, like, German sentence structure. How long has he been standing here? I wed thee. No. Wed thee. Jesus Christ.
You did it all wrong, Cisco. I'm here to fire the fighter planes above me in the house. Memorial Day.
So I'm looking at these headsets they're wearing. I'm reminded of when they commandeered one of the ships and they said, like, oh, who designs a ship with no windows? But Federation ships don't have windows either on the bridge. It's just a screen.
But there's no windows anywhere on a Jem'Hadar ship.
No, so they need
There's even
they
there's
need
a time
something
in
to see out of.
there's a time in TNG season 1 when they make Geordi like run to a different section of the ship to look out a physical window because the screen isn't showing them everything. I don't feel like they
Yeah.
can get on the Dominion's case about that.
There is a window on the bridge, though. It's just in the ceiling.
Okay, yes. I guess you could tilt the
It's-
ship and look
they
that
can't-
way.
They can't see anything out of that.
They're
Why
in
not?
space. They can tilt the ship forward. It's fine.
There's also a window in Picard's ready room. Why did Geordi have to go down like 4
It's all
decks?
fine.
I don't. It was dramatic that way.
The window in Picard's ready room looks at the what is it? The port side of the ship. So
Why could the ship not turn?
oh, well, okay. Well, you turn a whole ship, or have one guy go down a few decks.
What are they paying by the hydrogen atom now? Just turn the ship.
You know, I remember reading a story about a guy in the Navy, and he was in like the mess hall, and there was a I don't know what type of officer, like a high up guy, is in there eating his breakfast, and he's squinting because there's a beam of sunlight coming
Yes.
through the window into his face. And he calls up the bridge and he's like, change heading to this, and he sits back down, and you see the beam of light slowly change moving off of his face and just grins. It's like, the guy who was telling us, like, I've never observed someone so lazy to move a whole ship as opposed to his seat in the mess hall
That is
or
what
whatever.
we call a power move.
Yeah.
Are you talking to Ezra or are you talking to us? Wayun.
Worf.
To Worf or us.
Worse.
No more.
Okay, slight delay on the countdown to the next episode because I got a package and I need to go grab it.
What kind of a package?
Go grab your package.
It's a secret. I can't tell you that.
I see. It is a
Why is it a
package of
secret package?
narcotics.
Oh, it must be.
FYI, if you're setting up on Netflix, if you go through to the next episode, it automatically skips the recap. Do not skip the recap.
I already
won't do that.
unskipped my recap.
Yeah, because what you're supposed to do is watch the
Yeah, we
first bit,
can
and
skip
then
it
when the skip recap button appears, then you click
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
or you can do that too, yeah.
I have beef jerky and I have cookies. Well, actually, it's not beef jerky. It's like Bitlong, if you've ever had that. It's similar to
Biltong,
beef
you
jerky.
mean?
All right, I'm back.
Hey, Robbins.
1 minute to the next episode, which is going to be Strange Bedfellows. Let me change
Alright.
the title.
Tell me it's not called Bedlong in America.
Or
not
people
called
are sleeping
what?
together.
Robo was telling me how he had Bedlong jerky. I'm pretty sure it's Biltong.
Bitch long
It's like
jerky.
a South African jerky style.
Okay. Well, 30 seconds. Everyone be queued up. Everyone
I'm
be
pretty
ready.
sure he's gonna eat it on a cookie, by the way.
Well, that's not what I got
If
in my
that's-
package. I don't have any jerky.
That might be controversial, I don't know.
I mean,
So what was in your package?
are you sure you can handle the truth of what I got? You can't handle it until we pass in 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
I can handle it as long as it doesn't get you demonetized.
I don't know. It's
The
pretty
mug?
intense.
Is it a mug?
It's a flash drive.
Oh, and what's on it?
128 gigabytes. What's on it? There's nothing on it. I just got it. What do you expect?
Well,
Is it USB
someone
3?
might have delivered it to you with some preloaded information.
Well, if I can get this dumb packaging open, maybe I can plug it in and let you know what's on it. Hang on, you might be able to hear this come through, but let me try to get this stupid plastic. Okay, I got it open.
Man.
I'm
Uh,
plugging it in. Stand by.
Yeah, for the
Don't make
screen.
it weird, Wayoon. Leave them alone. Aha, there are files on it. SanDisk Secure Access v3.01 underscore win.exe.
He should hook up with that one professor from that symposium that Jordy, Data, Picard, and Troy went to. What's his
Oh.
name?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Hello,
Diane.
Diana.
Diane. Yeah, that guy.
I'm doing some research on interspecies mating rituals, and I was wondering if you'd like to join me for some empirical research. Wink.
Now the question is, what allocation unit size should I use? 128 kilobytes? 256 kilobytes? 32,768 kilobytes?
4096 is usually the standard, I think.
Well, I just went for 128.
Well, that
use
just means
however many you want.
Well, I'm glad they can be so polite to each other. Oh, what are those Jem'Hadar? They have the... What are those yellow things on their faces? Is that a new breed? Are those like Royal Guard
alphas have-
They're
Jem'Hadar?
alphas.
have spikes. They always had spikes, but they're
They
more
have
I think
spikes.
those are
pronounced than
alpha.
alphas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they just put
Alpha
funny
scans.
paint on like the Herodian do.
Let's see. SanDisk Ultra
No?
USB 3.0 128 GB. HCC-REM-TAD-5DC-Z48. There you go. There's the serial number. If you want to register this flash drive. Made in
Got
Malaysia.
a flash drive from Malaysia.
From Malaysia.
Knew there was going to be suspicious things on it.
Why did you get a flash drive from Malaysia?
Well, I ordered it off Amazon and it was made in Malaysia. I don't know what to tell you.
Why did you get a flash drive?
So I can put files on it and move them somewhere else.
I see.
Ooh, it says I can transfer a full-length movie in less than 40 seconds. And then there's a whole bunch of fine print.
Fine print.
Ah, and I can help keep private files private with secure access software. Wow. So anyway, how's the weather?
It's
Here it
sunny
is
over here,
currently.
and it's 76 degrees now.
Okay. It is currently 60 degrees where I am, with 6-mile-per-hour wind in a southeasterly direction, 84% humidity. It's gone down since this morning. It was at 95% earlier. Pretty good visibility, good air quality today. Mostly cloudy. I can
Oh, where you're
appreciate
at.
that Leggett DeMar reads the terms and conditions. Very important. The acknowledged leader. So they can just acknowledge someone else. I guess it's like saying we have to make certain territorial concessions to Canada. And it's like, oh, we just lose a few minor states.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they get Vermont, but who cares? You don't have to be a dick about it, Jeffrey.
Maybe you sound down when you're supposed to do.
Ooh, directed by Rene Aubergenois. Nice.
Oh.
You know that they wouldn't let Garrett Wong direct an episode of Voyager?
Why wouldn't they let him direct an episode of Voyager?
I don't know why, but they didn't.
How is you director and
wanted-
task at the same time? You have to multitask. There's some multitasking. JJ Hertzler.
I don't know if that's a healthy way to view your marriage.
So already hate the wife. You know what Mardhawk does?
Martok loves his wife.
But his wife is abusive.
That's what he loves about her.
She got rid of his
Loves
pet
his
dog.
abusive wife.
You can't do that. You should not look. If someone does what Cirilla did here, sending your dog out into the wilderness, that's not the kind of person you should marry. Cisco understands. He knows that's screwed up. I would trade Cirilla for all the Targs on Kronos. Targs are much more polite. Targs don't go behind your back and sabotage the things you love.
Right.
I mean, Cassidy, yeah, she ruined Cisco's peppers, but it wasn't on purpose.
It's exactly the same thing, really.
At one point,
Oh.
my ex had admitted to me that she had become so jealous of my car and my computer that she wanted to destroy them.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
she said I spent too much time
Wow.
working on my car, or on the computer. So she was gonna
Oh.
strip the paint
That
off my
kind of
car
jealousy.
and then knock my computer tower over onto the ground.
That's probably
Wow.
not the healthiest relationship.
No.
Nope.
Well, the question is, did you?
That's not the healthiest relationship to me.
Did I what?
Did you spend too much time on those things and not paying attention to
I
her?
mean, doesn't
No.
it's not okay for her to spend that anyway.
Even if I did, it wouldn't be okay to do that.
Yeah.
It
Don't
wouldn't be,
destroy
but
people's
neglect
stuff.
can make people irrational.
Tell us, Robo, how much did you neglect your girlfriend? No.
Damn.
No. So, Gold Dukat and Kai win. Wow, what a nice relationship they have. They love each other.
For the
Do you think
record,
it's
the only
better
time
or worse than Gowron and Cirilla?
Gowron and Cirilla? Is she cheating on Martok with the leader of the High Council? Man, Cirilla's just awful then.
I never implied that.
You said Gowron and Cirilla.
Yeah, I did say Gowron and said Martok, didn't I? I meant Martok.
Okay.
But I think of Klingons and I think of Gowron, okay? I'm tired.
For now, I don't anymore. She was just too much for me.
Do you really think of Gowron or just his eyes?
He really does have eyes, doesn't he?
Yes, most people do.
So dreamy.
Yeah, but he really has eyes.
Yes.
The other people's have eyes, but he really has eyes.
No, I think the average person has less than two
Martok?
eyes.
Okay, sure.
I really don't like this space sickness.
Why are they in
thing.
Australia?
Weird and quirky, and I hate it.
Well, they're in space and
I
there's
get
no
the
up in
joke,
space, so
Arios.
it doesn't matter what direction they hang.
Then why is the camera upside down?
That room
It's
specifically has
exactly the
Australian
one
gravity.
time that.
Are you talking about Martok Moon?
It's exactly like what happened with Martok.
Yeah, Martok has very big eyes. But he doesn't really have big eyes. He just looks like he has big eyes. You see, he has the whole his eyes wide up from the look like that he actually has bigger eyes than he does. Probably someone I was talking about on my camera, but yeah, that's how Martok has to be when he acts.
You can't indoctrinate your wife into your cult, leave her alone. Nobody touches his peppers, Cassidy.
He's protecting the peppers.
That Sonic shower scene in, well, I guess we can't talk about that.
Remember when? Oh, we're not allowed to talk about that.
Well, I'm thinking of Lower Decks and for spoiler reasons, season 2.
Yeah, I'm thinking of it too.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Right.
I remember the regular shower scene from Enterprise. The gravity.
Remember the shower scene in Star Trek: The Motion Picture in which Ilea is very hot and her temperature normalizes?
Does
No, I don't.
does lower decks have a
The
co-ed
computer has a
Sonic
very
shower
annoying
scene
voice.
like Starship Troopers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Quark is annoying. I like him as a character. I mean, as an actor, but as a character, I don't know. He's silly sometimes.
Seduced and betrayed? You called her a Slevok.
It's a term of endearment.
That I feel like you need to talk to someone to see if they want to be called a Sleevok before you start just shouting it out.
Yeah.
Well, he rolled the dice and it worked.
Only dozens?
No, hundreds.
That seems more reasonable.
But especially
That's
Captain Bodeo. If you look out the window on your left, you'll see the spire.
And the best Jeffrey Combs moment is coming in 5, 4.
That's not how seconds work.
Are we supposed to see it? How are we supposed to know if it's coming or not?
I mean, at least he's polite about it. He's more polite than Cirilla is.
The best Combs moment.
Are you talking about the neck, or are you talking about his politeness?
It's politeness. I think it's his politeness. Missed it.
Look at this. Wayne is increasing the drama levels.
Bye, Jeffrey. It's okay, he'll be
I think
back.
that's Wayun 7 that just died.
No, that's Wayne 6, I think.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Look at
Wayne,
Damar's supervillain laugh. He's heel turning.
Do they have like alpha and beta Wayuns? Do they have like Wayun 0.3? You know?
I'm looking up to verify which way unit is.
I think it's 7. Because I thought 6 was the defector.
Memory Alpha says it's 7.
Oh, that's right. So Wayun 5 died in a transporter accident. Wayun 6 was the one who defected to Odo, and Wayun 7 was the one that was left. Yeah, I think that's
Transporter
I mean,
accident.
frankly, Wayne 7 had it coming. He tried to kill a founder. Can't do that.
true.
No, he can't do that.
Ducat crapping his pants a little bit there.
I'm a Cardassian.
What you wish for, Kai win.
So Gold Ducat doesn't have. Well, he has very different hair here.
He
I
could
assume
tell
this is,
her
like,
his
implied
daughter
there.
was shot dead by a Cardassian.
That's true.
technically
And it wouldn't be a lie.
True.
That's
Though-
kind of true.
I don't know if he could mention that without breaking down and going crazy.
So do we think that Ducat was character assassinated or not?
No, he was always Space
No, there's a
Hitler.
big
It's just
debate
out
about
in the
this.
open.
Yeah,
I mean-
I don't think he was character assassinated, but a lot of people think that he is.
Do you mean like in the sense that they screwed up his
disguised as
character at the end of the
Bajoran.
show, or in the sense that like they tarnished him somehow?
Like they changed like the I don't know, the nature of Ducat in a way that
yeah.
that's out of character or whatever.
Because character assassination is a specific thing where you're like trying to impugn someone's image publicly, but like Ducat doesn't have an image to impugn at this point. It's pretty much completely destroyed. But as far as whether or not the writers made him go in a direction that people don't like, I think there are people who don't like the direction he went. I found it just fine.
Yeah, I like when Ducat
Oh, we got a
loses
major
his
plot
mind
twist.
a little.
The love of the Power Wraith. Not the prophets.
Look, you have Ducat and you have Kai Wynn. One of them was going to get a redemption arc, sort of redemption through death, even though it was still
One
really her
good
just
deed
trying to.
does not redeem a woman of a lifetime of wickedness.
Well, it's like a Hollywood trope that if you're gonna be redeemed, if you've done something that's really really terrible, the only way to be redeemed is through death. So one of them was gonna die.
Yeah.
Right. One of them was gonna die like stopping the other. And the way I look at it is like Kai was. She did it because it reflected on herself. It's like a weird. She did it, but not because it was the right thing to do. Because she realized that she wasn't going to get the power she was after. So
She may as well spite everyone else.
Why is Angel Tanan walking away from a matte painting?
Is that really a matte painting?
Yes.
Yeah, the long hallway. Yeah.
You
That's
can tell
hilarious.
because the
They built
lighting
the
is
entire
different.
promenade, but they couldn't do
Yeah.
a hallway.
Then where were all the people going?
And the matte painting, the hallway is season 1 yellow and orange still, where in the real hallway they changed it to blue.
Let's see.
The blue
Oh,
LED got
nerd.
invented.
There it is, way in 7.
Hmm.
I have no idea. I don't
couldn't
keep
they?
the way
Why couldn't they have
straight.
fixed the matte painting?
I don't know, because they already had it. Don't
expensive
worry
to
about
make.
it.
I love the Kardashian justice system. He's like, oh yeah, we got to go through the legal process. And he's like, when? He's like, oh, tomorrow, 1400.
I'm so happy that Damar's having a good time with this. It's good to enjoy your work. It's important.
But this is like peak evil Damar. After that, he becomes very sympathetic.
I still need to figure out what I want to subtitle the Breen with. What could Damar be so offended by?
Maybe he said.
Maybe he said that Star Trek Discovery was the worst show or best show,
No.
depending on
he
which way
said
you lean personally.
he said Cardassians slither and lay eggs.
Mm.
Yeah, let's leave the Discovery to Robo, okay?
But it would be funny.
What's that?
I'm just saying you're usually the one who can be relied upon to make swipes at the newer Trek.
New trick.
I'm not the biggest fan of Discovery. This is true. That said, I'm extremely excited for season 4 because the show always gets me.
Yeah.
It's getting better.
Each season has been better than the last.
Yeah.
It was
really
quite
good.
it was quite difficult to watch through season 1 and 2, but it's season 3 had a few moments where you're like, oh, this feels like Star Trek again.
I liked season 2 whenever they were not talking about Section 31 or the Red Angel. Captain Pike
Yeah.
was so awesome.
Captain
loved
Pike was
him.
cool. He was cool, yeah.
And Saru has consistently been a good character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Saru's
I don't
good.
think you could call me a blind Discovery hater.
Yeah, I
it's a
can definitely
shame.
list several problems I have with Discovery, but season 3 is
Yeah,
really good.
it's very problematic.
It's a shame that Doug Jones really does not like doing that makeup either, because that's the reason that he essentially has stepped away from the show.
Yeah, it's sad, but I think it will be best for the show to have Michael Burnham be the captain, honestly.
Yeah, it's had a lack of focus,
Mhm.
which
She's
maybe
gonna
this will
get
help fix.
demoted and then promoted again. It's
She better not. If she does, I might actually stop watching.
The ceramic mug is like red here. The chief is drinking out of. Usually they're blue from the Replimat, but I guess it's red because they're quarks.
Is it ceramic?
Or the horrible shaped things, the one that I wanted.
The pyramids?
Mike linked to.
Yeah, the
I guess
travel mugs.
It would be So here was red. Here we go. Oh no, it's not the same kind, but it's like a similar shape.
I like those mugs a lot. They're cool.
It does look easier to clean than the blue version.
Yeah. And drink out of. Like.
What are you talking about, Sadiq?
He doesn't know.
What do you guys think about the last minute relationship between what's his name, the doctor, O'Brien, and Dax?
O'Brien the Doctor?
No, the doctor and Dax. Julian.
Last minute relationship between Julian and Ezri.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea where you were going to go with that sentence because there's been so many last minute relationships.
What do you
There's
guys think
only
about the
one
last minute
between
relationship between?
Yes. It's fine. I'm not bothered by it.
I'm kind of bothered by it.
At least they built it up
It's
and
just-
foreshadowed it more than Chakotay 7 of 9. Am I right?
Like, oh my god. Did you know that they break up? Nobody remembers this, but they do.
Did they?
Yeah,
They
I don't
break up
remember
in
that.
Endgame. I
Did
forgot
they?
about it too.
Chakotay-
They break up
Chakotay
in
and
Endgame,
7
I
of 9
swear to
makes no sense.
There's Julian and Ezri, Chakotay and 7 and Rafi, was it? Was it Rafi? Yeah.
7
Yeah.
and Rafi.
Oh yeah,
That's
that
fair,
was.
you're gonna
Oh
call
god.
I feel like that's just thrown in there. It was almost like a throwaway scene because there was nothing leading up to that. It's just all of a sudden they're holding hands in like
We're
the last
together
episode.
now.
Yeah, there was no like build up. There was no like, you
Or
know.
Win Ducat, does that
oh,
count as the last minute?
I wouldn't say that there's a relationship there. There might be in the future.
We'll see in
what,
season
Rafi
2,
and
which should be coming out
Yeah.
relatively soon.
What's the other Star Trek called that's in development right now?
Strange
They
New
should
Worlds,
put
Lower
Kim.
Decks.
I'm so
There-
hyped.
Prodigy.
Prodigy.
There's a lot of Star Trek in development right now.
They
Yeah.
should have.
We'll be
I don't
back in
understand
peak
those
Star
things.
Trek again. Whether it'll be any good or not remains to be seen.
Well, you know what? Actually, I wanted to point out that I think the problem with Star Trek in the '90s is that there was too much Star Trek all at once, and like people got burned out on it, and now they're doing the same thing again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, worry that they're gonna burn out and overextend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you gotta.
I mean,
you,
2
that's
shows
what-
at once
that's
was
what
too much
Star
to
Wars.
sustain. Then 5 is going to be difficult.
Like, I
That
mean,
was-
I'll watch them all, but
If they release them in a
was-
smart way, like not just like every episode comes out on Thursday night.
That was part of the problem with Star Wars. Is I think people just got sick of Star Wars.
Make
A
Bajor
movie every year.
strong again.
I mean, until they made The Mandalorian, people were sick of Star Wars. Then people loved it again.
Well, The Mandalorian is actually good, so
Yeah, sure.
yeah, it's alright.
it is.
I like how Gul Dukat here is still pretending to be a Bajoran in his angry rant. He's keeping it together. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have to call Solbor 3 times before it counts? Why is he not walking in?
Sobar's
Like
old and hard of hearing.
Beetlejuice. He's like Beetlejuice. Sobor. He's gonna win her over because she's just a power hungry psychopath, just like he is.
It's because he's so charismatic.
It is pretty charismatic, honestly.
He's like, stop pretending, just be the horrible person I know you are.
And she's like, no,
Just
not
accept
yet.
it,
Hey, Queen.
Adami. You're the
Get me the
worst.
Costa Mojin.
We can be the worst together.
You know, the
He is
prophets could have
really-
avoided this by just talking to her, you know?
Yeah.
She wasn't worthy. She wasn't even on their radar.
I mean, I've had
Well,
like
maybe she should have been. Now she's like a Paul Wraith cultist, and they could have avoided this.
I've had like
She's
4
working with
dating tips
Gul
that were
Dukat.
just talk to them. But, you know, religion tip number 1, just talk to them.
Mm-hmm. Good advice.
But you see, it's outright.
Well-
It's easier to just outright reject someone who disagrees with you than try and convince them. So that's what the prophets did.
If you're a god and you put the living things on the blue one, and then they make it to the gray one, you should probably come out and say hello. But when that doesn't happen, then you're pretty sure that they're not really gods.
What are you babbling about? What?
I'm saying, like, as far
What does
as
that
gods
mean?
speaking to their creations, that, for example, if there was a god that put people on Earth, when people made it to the moon, that would have been a good opportunity for them to say hello, but they didn't. So,
Or did they?
or did
I actually
they?
really like the Kai Wynn story at the end of the season. I think it's really good.
Colonel Kira.
Just out of curiosity, how many people here have a mirror in their bedroom?
I do. Sadly.
Yep.
Sort of.
Two. I'm just noticing that on DS9 they use the shot a lot, where they have the camera pointed at someone's face, but it's in the mirror, and then they pan over to the real person.
I think
mean,
most people have a mirror in their bedroom.
I live in
At least
an
a
attic.
lot.
I live in an attic, so like the stairwell is part of the room technically, and the mirror is on the landing of the stairwell.
Okay.
Is it hot up there?
Yes, it can get very hot up here. I have 2 air conditioners.
That's sad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I find a cold, damp towel around my neck. It is awesome.
It is cursed.
Cold damp towel around the neck.
You'd do anything to earn their forgiveness.
Except be a normal person and worship.
Give up all your possessions. Live for the profits. Give up power. Step
Develop
aside as a guy.
Diogenes syndrome.
Give up power? Never.
But I can use that power for good.
The actor who plays Kai Wynn is just amazing.
Yeah, Louise Fletcher.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she is an Oscar winner too.
Famously in an acceptance
definitely
speech said,
deserves it.
"I'm so glad I can make you all hate me so much."
Yeah.
Yeah, why would she do that? She said she's a good person now. That's enough.
I'm good now.
Like,
That's a good point.
Bajor-
Kira could just say to her, "The higher, the fewer," and that should do it. But she doesn't think of
Bajor
that.
was a great and positive representation of like peaceful religion, but it also shows like how egotistical the priestly class can be, the holier than thou complex. All that is like on full display, and like that's what actually destroys Kai, like in a way, like her delusional faith.
Something Pharisees.
Yeah.
Have the prophets ever talked to Kira?
They
The prophets
inhabited her
possessed
body.
Kira.
Okay, they literally use her as a
Doesn't mean they
conduit.
talked to her.
No, I don't think they actually talk to her other than that.
Yeah, she's got the wrong haircut. That's why they don't talk to her.
She's got the Karen
Yeah, the
cut.
old Kira haircut was the peak one, like the season 1 Kira.
She had like a, what was that called, a bob cut in season 1?
Kira's like appearance degrades every season, and at the end of it, she's almost as bad as 7 of 9.
Don't know about that.
Hang on.
I think Kira looks fine.
I don't know about her hair, but her uniform significantly upgrades right at the end.
I don't know about that. It's pretty bad.
I'm pretty sure after 7 years of like acting for 16 hours a day, and then having a kid, getting married, like living life, and also dealing with the fame, like that would wear anyone out. But
I get the feeling that Nana Visitor could have gone anywhere, just about anywhere, and not been recognized.
But no, when she gets that Starfleet uniform, that's a pretty good upgrade to me.
Oh
Mhm,
yeah, the
mhm.
full uniform is amazing. We
Mhm.
love that.
We do.
No, not her weird red onesie. It's all about The gray jacket.
I was talking about her Bajoran outfit, not her Starfleet outfit, which is of course awesome. And
I like I don't know why. It's just it seemed very futuristic to have like a spent latex kind of like I read in Lululemon clothing, it has like pieces of silver in it. That's what helps it stretch. The yoga pants.
Why is
Hmm.
stretchy latex futuristic? Why can't
I don't
people in the
know.
future
Kind
just
of
like
like it.
jeans?
But it doesn't look very good on screen. Like, look at the season 1 TNG uniforms. Like, they look a little awkward and uncomfortable.
They're very awkward and uncomfortable.
Um,
They literally had to get rid of them
They
for
look
medical
great in
reasons.
cartoon though. Like in Lower Decks, the more skin tight uniforms look great.
And
But I think
now,
in live action, when they figured out that
Jamar.
to use the baggy uniforms, like in early Deep Space Nine and late DS9,
I mean, it was
I
obviously
think those look
criticized
really good.
for like accentuating her curves, but I thought the latex thing looked really good on 7 of 9. I'm just saying it's a character, you know. I'm not
Really?
even, you know, because
I actually
you
think it
don't
looks
see
horrible. Like,
anyone
silver
who
I
one?
could
want to look away
pull
when
that
I
off.
see 7 of 9. Especially
I
the
mean-
silver one. The silver one is disgusting.
I'm talking about the silver
The
one.
blue one's not so bad.
I mean,
Yeah,
as
I
we
think
all
you're
know,
going to
she
be
was
alone in
brought
that
onto the
opinion. The
show
silver
for
one's
Big
the
Booba.
worst.
The silver one's horrible. It has these awkward rib things on it. Ew.
Borg have ribs
gross.
too.
Also, when I think about it, I think about the actor literally fainting.
Yeah.
Really?
They had oxygen tanks on set for her.
Yeah, it was so tight.
you serious?
She passed out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Wow.
And her
7
obvious
of
we have
9.
Ryan.
on this set?
Jerry Ryan.
Oh, for the when she was in the Borg outfit.
No, when
No,
she
when
was
she
in
was
her
in her-
silver
her-
skin regenerating suit.
Yeah.
Meaning her regular
Oh
outfit.
boy.
her bio
And the
suit.
worst
You
part
know
is
what? Beauty is pain. Okay.
the worst part is later on in the series, in one of the episodes, they just put her in a regular uniform, and it
Yeah,
looks
she looks
fine.
better in it.
And she looks
better
great.
in
Yeah.
it.
She was fine.
It's like Troy, yeah.
Yeah, Troy also
Yeah.
looks better in her uniform.
Literally everyone on
Yes,
the
they
show
are.
always looks better in a uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely everyone.
And Cisco looks better with a goatee.
I don't know why they decided until now to put Troy in the regular costume. In season 1 she was in the regular costume, especially in the first episode. In the double episode.
Yeah, she still had a short sleeve on though, and a short pant.
Who else needs a uniform that doesn't get one? Neelix doesn't get one.
Yeah, but he looks pretty
He looks
snazzy
better in
anyway.
his uniform.
No, they
He has a
they
uniform
didn't
in
give
Europe.
they didn't give him one.
True. And it looks okay.
Wow, I'm a nerd. Holy shit.
I think Neelix looks pretty good in his normal clothes. It's just
Don't
it's
fuck.
something totally different from the other Starfleet uniforms.
He wanted one so badly, though.
No. He's not good enough to be security or engineer.
It's sad that they never like recruited him in 7 of 9. They could have like conscripted them.
Wasn't
They
Neelix's
conscripted
backstory that
the
he was?
Maquis.
Wasn't
He was a
Neelix's
soldier.
backstory that he was a deserter? Yeah, but he was a deserter.
Yes.
Yeah, he is a deserter. But they
Spoilers.
didn't know that.
He was a merchant who was selling scraps.
Yeah,
When
but
they
like his
found him, but
backstory was
before
that
that-
he was a soldier, and then he deserted, and that's how he survived this horrible attack that killed a whole bunch of his people and his family.
The
Like
Hiroshima
everyone, yeah.
episode, yes.
Yeah.
He was a merchant of the scrap
But-
heap.
I like this line. I don't want that man within 10 parsecs of me.
I don't. Neelix
Oh, and
is
you know
so
who
wasted.
played that? It was Dr. Mora, the guy who played Dr. Mora
Really?
and played the Romulan
Admiral
defector.
Zherok.
Was and
Ah,
Yeah.
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
who else?
Metreon
He played
Cascade.
Alexander. Yeah, it was Metreon
Yep, old
Cascade guy.
Alexander. Anyway, Deep Space Nine, though. Actually,
No,
what's
let's
even
keep talking
happening?
about a
They're,
different show.
they're having a
Voyager.
heart-to-heart. Meh.
Ezri looks good in a t-shirt.
They're having a heart-to-heart for like the 5th time this episode.
Kind of works.
No, it doesn't.
I would have rather had Ezri and Worf together than Ezri and Julian.
No, you can't do that. That's Trill
Look,
rules.
they were
if you're not
doing this in
allowed.
the last TNG season 2. Worf basically gets blocked. You know, like just as he's about to kiss Troy, Captain Picard interrupts their date. Here
Did
too.
they ever break up? Like,
Not on
or is it
screen.
completely off screen?
It
That's
was all
sad.
off.
I think
This scene is so dark.
Riker and Troy get married.
Physically or emotionally? Because this is really dark. I can't
No,
see
lighting
anything.
wise. Yeah.
It's very dark right here.
Are they even
Speak
in a
for
set,
yourself,
or are they
Ezra.
just like surrounded by a black sheet?
You could put all the window things down like you do on the plane.
They probably staffed
Mhm.
in a set though.
I don't know if I believe that, Mr. Worf.
Except he does.
I
Like,
don't know. He chills out after this.
I
yeah,
hope
but
so.
earlier in the episode, she basically tells him, "Yeah, there's no one on the station who I didn't sleep with." So
Worf's pretty chill after he got his
It's
Schlee back
truly
in Tang.
accusations are
One-
flying.
Only one to-
Wow.
So she needs to 100%.
Argos.
It's fine.
All right, who's ready to be executed? Gonna have a great time. It's gonna
Look,
be
they had a good
televised.
talk. and it's-
Where do they execute them though? Like we never see it happening because everyone always wriggles out of Cardassian execution. I want to see what it like. What
There was one
Wait.
time they
is it a bite?
executed
Is it like
a legate on Cardassia Prime. They just brought him out back and shot him in the alley.
Oh yeah, okay.
In the very last episode. I don't remember the legate's name.
Legate.
Broca, yeah.
Legate,
They
yes.
don't even
man.
shoot him. Like the Jem'Hadar stabbed him with their bayonets on their rifles.
Okay, when you put it that way,
That's a compelling
yeah, let's go.
argument, Goldemar. Legate Damar,
Very
excuse me.
compelling.
What do you guys
Could
think
shoot you
of
just for that.
those Jem'Hadar phasers?
I think they need
like
to
that.
actually use them instead of trying to stab people all the time. Just shoot someone. You have a gun.
Remember when the Jem'Hadar were invisible? Remember when
Yeah, they
the
never do
Vorta
that
had
again,
like
do they?
magical powers?
So the
They
rebellion has
stopped
started,
doing the invisibility thing.
and Kai has chosen evil. Kai win.
Did they actually stop using it? I think they used it in Rocks and Shoals.
You know, it'd been like crazy if there was an invisible Jem'Hadar like watching them the whole
Mhm.
time, they didn't see, and then it'd be like, "Oh yeah, we watched you totally commit treason there, Damar."
Yeah,
That's not the founder. What?
I really miss Adami's Sydney Opera House hat.
Yeah, that was a good hat.
You will address her as Eminence.
It's a dummy.
Well, I want to say Kai win, but she wasn't a Kai at the time.
I lose.
Oh, okay.
I loser.
Yeah, her hat now, I mean, it's a little pointy, but that just makes it hard to get a thumbnail because it goes out of frame so much.
You can just cut the top of her hat.
It's not always this pointy, or does it get pointy each time?
Does she put her hair up? No, she doesn't put her hair up on that thing. Her hair's... What's the point
It's
of
in a bun.
the bulge?
Probably just the style. I think
So I
she
feel
was
like
similar like hats. Like in real life. Let me see if I can find a picture. Either way, hats are like they have a lot of like do you think like top hats, like people fill it with hair?
Yeah, exactly. Is that I don't know what people do? That's where you
No.
store your Victorian era wig.
Yeah, the hair is covering it.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever worn a hat in my life.
I have worn a hat before.
You're uncultured. You have never worn a hat.
I've only ever worn
What
hats
about
when there was a
baseball hat?
practical purpose.
I've worn multiple hats, even.
Multiple
believe that?
gross.
Not at the same time, I don't think.
You stack them on top of each other.
Some people wear hats all day, even inside. Who does? Well, Kai
Some
Wynn's
people
wearing a
do.
hat inside.
She's the Pope, she has to.
Yeah.
She
It-
has to.
But her Vedic hat was so
It's
much
like her
fancier
uniform.
anyway.
Yeah.
Well, she has
It
to wear
would've
the Kai outfit.
It would have been much better
Well, it's
if
different from
if her
Akko's.
current hat was the Vedic hat, and her Sydney Opera House hat was the Kai hat, because it's fancier.
Hmm. That is a good point. Like, it's a very good point, yes.
All right. Well, I'm currently getting an ad for a movie with Adam Driver.
Oh?
I don't know what it's about other than Adam Driver's in it. It was too fast cut.
This summer.
I have no idea what it's even
Driver's a
called.
good actor.
It is good,
Starring
yeah.
Ben Swallow.
Yes. All right.
I miss Swallow. That was such a good meme.
Ben Swallow.
1 minute to the final episode for today. Don't mind me hitting the microphone. The Changing Face of Evil. What does Amazon say about the changing face of evil? The war reaches a crucial turning point when the Cardassian leader breaks from the Dominion-Breen alliance. Okay.
Crew's relief at Worf and Ezri's safe return is tempered by reports that the Breen have attacked Starfleet headquarters on Earth.
Well, maybe if they kept more than one starship anywhere close to Earth. I bet the
The
Enterprise
Enterprise
was
was,
even there.
the Enterprise was dealing with the Sona trying to kidnap the Baku.
So there were no
So
ships in
now we're
range.
gonna...
It's funny that at one point Martok is like, "Oh, not even the Klingons would have tried that." It's like, are you sure? I'm pretty sure the Klingons would attack Earth if they felt like it.
All right, press play
Discovery,
in
they did.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Well, they say they attacked Starbase 1, but then Earth itself seems fine.
No, there was a montage at the beginning of like the last episode of the Klingon War where there were Klingon ships in the solar system. I don't know if they're like attacking Earth, but the solar system's close enough.
Yeah.
It has Klingon ships in it.
All right, well,
Like, it was
here's
that
their
really
happy
weird
return.
shot where like they zoom out from Earth and then into Kronos.
Hey, they returned.
This is the happy return. How long until we get the tempering?
Mm.
Temper with the news of the Breen. I'd give it 45 seconds. Right before the end of the cold open. How can you hate Wayun? He's so personable. Everybody loves Wayun.
No, they don't. Just Ezri.
Come on, hurry up and attack Earth.
It's on everybody hates William, but no, not everybody. Well, they don't like him, so
I like
I would say
Wayun.
they hate him. Yeah, I like
want
Wayne.
Jeffrey-
He's good.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Nobody
want Jeffrey
really
Combs
hates him.
as
I was off by 10
S-
seconds. It was 55, not 45 seconds.
Oh,
Oh well.
You know, if I were to have Jeffrey Combs at my birthday party, which Jeffrey Combs would you want? Let's see. I don't know if it would be Shran or Wayun.
Wayun 6.
No, you want the guy
Yeah.
that's
Man,
stalking
6.
Kira? Tyron?
Whoa.
No, you obviously want Brunt FCA.
Oh, of course, Brunt FCA.
Oh, Brunt FCA. Well, then
He's
I'd make
gonna
him
be fun.
pay to get in. I'd put a big collection
either that
thing
or
at
he'd
the,
be
at
coming
the
to shut down your
Yeah.
front door.
establishment.
Remember, my house is my
Yeah.
house, as are its possessions.
I want the Jeffrey Combs from the alternate timeline where he got cast as Commander Riker.
What?
Oh, you mean real life alternate timeline?
Yeah.
The only alternate timeline Jeffrey Combs I remember is the one, well, Brunt fake FCA, and the racist cop.
Yeah. No, Jeffrey
who did
Combs
the Oscar
auditioned for
discuss this?
Riker at the beginning of TNG and
Oh,
didn't
really?
get the part.
Huh?
That would have just been
Interesting.
weird.
I also want to say, because it's so sad we're wrapping up this series also, but I wanted to say from the prior episode with Worf, Nicole DeBoer, she really, she's only had one season, but we already really like her. We already accept her as Dax. And for her to pull
That's
that
pretty
off
cool.
is, the more I think about it, the more astronomical feat of acting that it kind of is. Because she channels her sometimes, Jadzia, Terry Farrell sometimes, just especially at the beginning. So it just helps us get into the symbiote thing.
I just think she's neat.
Yeah, I like Ezra and Jet. Yeah, I like them both.
Who do you like better?
I don't
They
know.
come for different reasons.
I would
They have
say
different-
I would say Jessia because she was on the show first.
Yeah, I agree. And we knew her for longer.
So if the Breen have antimatter weapons, why did they not just obliterate San Francisco? Why is it still there?
Yeah, I knew her longer.
True. But also this plot is moving much faster than I thought. Because remember, Ryan, you said 2 episodes ago that she's not going to find out for like 6 episodes, and then she finds out the last episode.
Well, no, she knows he's a Pa Wraith cultist. She doesn't know he's Gul Dukat yet.
Oh my god, really? That's still waiting for us. She's so in for a heartbreak.
Yeah. Poor
She'll be
Farrell.
fine as long as she gets the Costa Emulsion.
Yeah. The Necronomicon.
I put a meme in general for you, Ryan.
Yes, I see that. It's
People
neat.
not like Ezra Dax.
Everybody likes Ezri Dax.
Yeah, I think she's fine.
She's neat.
Looks like the Puget Sound.
She's definitely likable, which is something hard to pull off, actually.
I imagine this is
Really?
exactly what it was like.
I like
When
them
the
both for
Zindi
different
attacked Earth.
reasons.
It's like, oh, casualty assessments are going up again. Excellent, more humans dying.
I mean, there's a very key thing with Deep Space Nine in that the writers actually know how to write a woman as something other than a love interest for another man, as opposed to TNG.
Hasn't her whole plot the last 4 episodes been a romance plot with multiple men?
Yeah, but the point is also that like,
No poking any
she's-
holes in his statement, okay?
no, she is standing up to
Nice.
herself in that scene where she's like, "Yeah, I had lovers before Worf. Like, what are you gonna do about it? It may have been thousands. What are you gonna do?
No,
About it? You know, keep it to
the
yourself."
peppers.
There is some romantic entanglements that Ezri is in, but like any episode that features Dr. Crusher or Counselor Troy, not any, but most episodes that feature them in some way, it's because there is a male love interest who came into the picture at some point, and that is the reason they are focused on.
It is
Now,
sadly true.
That's not true. Sub Rosa is a great episode.
Hold on. What about the
Yeah.
episode where Beverly runs a science fair? There's no love interest there.
Yeah, no, that's one of the exceptions. There's also Remember Me, where
There's an
everybody
episode where
disappearing
Beverly
or
runs a
whatever.
science fair. Which episode is this?
I think
Yeah,
he's
it's a
talking
Joe
about the
Brill
one with the
episode.
metaphasic shield to go into the stars corona.
Yeah, the Ferengi scientist gets
Joe-
murdered.
Oh yeah, I know that episode.
It's very different from a science
And then
fair.
it's a
It's a science fair.
It's a
It's a
symposium of
science fair.
esteemed scientists.
And
Federation
someone in that
Science
episode, oh look,
fair.
there's a matte painting in the background. You can tell because the lighting is different. It's softer, warmer light.
And the
Use
angle
that
is
weird
terrible.
neon sign.
Oh,
What
Jesus,
is
no.
going on
Cassidy,
there?
you touched his
This is
peppers.
one mad painting,
No.
is it?
Cassidy, you don't touch a man's peppers.
No.
Get your own peppers.
That was a pretty good line from her. Just making sure. What
I
did
do
she
like the
do
role
to them?
reversal of the man doing
Like,
the cooking
actually,
in the
what did she
relationship.
do to them? They're black and they're like soggy. What did she do?
She burned them.
Yeah, she.
But they're soggy. How did
Maybe
she
they're
burn them?
black. Maybe
Maybe
they're
she
black
added
because they're
water
covered in
after
some kind
she-
of sauce.
If you've ever used an induction hot plate, it's the thing comes on like a ridiculously high setting. So you may just think like, oh, it's on a normal setting, but it's on like 2 settings higher than it needs to be boiling.
How'd
for
you even
water.
vent the smoke?
Yeah.
They can't open the
Oh,
window.
it's a space station. I'm sure they have a
He opens a
ventilation
window. It just sucks it right out, man. It's super convenient.
Yeah, it'll get it out pretty quick.
And it's a space station.
It's like you've got a little valve on the side of the wall, and you just open it just a little bit, and it sucks the smoke all out.
Environmental controls. That's what it's called.
Oh, damn,
It's a
she,
space
she
station, so give me
reads
that.
and she goes on dangerous supply missions.
It's right next to the gravity creator. What's that called? The inertial dampener.
The
Industrial
dec-
dampers.
the gravity plating.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It's
Graph
right next to
plating.
that. That's what it's next to.
I think we do see on the spaceship shows that they can like suck gases through the floor or vents near the floor.
Okay, right.
I don't remember which
Yeah.
episodes, but I have a visual in my mind of like a cargo bay, and there's just gas being sucked out of it.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I don't know, probably a cargo bay.
In First Contact, we do that in engineering when the Borg Queens,
Oh, that might be what I'm thinking of.
which is coming up soon. Are we watching 3 movies every weekend?
You want me to spend 8 or 9 hours on YouTube streaming?
TNG.
I probably won't be able to watch the movies.
Okay.
One movie per
So-
week.
Okay.
So the guy who's Damar's friend here now, the actor played the Bajoran who was kind of trapped in his own, not Bajoran, Betazoid, who is trapped in his own mind in the One Moon Circles episode.
Okay.
Oh wow, the guy who lost it and he was like a shell of a person when they found him.
Yeah.
But this is a really great character, like because obviously Damar has to have help, so he's very sympathetic.
Rousseau's awful.
Moon, it sounds like you're a
Isn't it
little
Rousseau?
close to your mic there.
Yeah, it sounds like you're breathing. It sounds like you're breathing down into it when you perform a CPR into it.
Cancel. You can't cancel your obligations, Kai. You've got a job.
The monastery, the assembly. She doesn't care about politics or religion anymore.
She's gonna be reading the Necronomicon, man. Leave her alone.
She's going to be communing with her new guide in all sorts
Wasn't-
of horrible
is-
ways.
Wasn't this the Vedic who kidnapped Kira and brought her to
No?
Empok
No.
Nor? No, okay.
No, he's gone.
He's
He's
dead.
ashes.
Yeah, he took the pill.
Oh, okay. He drank the Kool-Aid?
Yes. Though, again, that is propaganda against Kool-Aid. It was Flavor Aid.
Oh, sorry.
Don't you
Don't drink the
tarnish the
Kool-Aid,
good
guys.
name of Kool-Aid.
Correct. It was Flavor Aid, and Jim Jones, he got cyanide because he had a jeweler's license, and cyanide is used in refining
gonna-
gold.
If you're
So-
gonna do a mass murder, you could at least not use off-brand. At least splurge for the good stuff. Jesus.
Yeah, get the people the Tropicana and the Capri Sun. And the Sunny D.
Capri Sun. Hard to put cyanide in a Capri Sun. You need a syringe.
Yeah, you've got the perfect place to put a syringe through the little hole, and then it makes it easier to stab the straw through.
Better yet, just stay out of cults and don't give your money to anyone who is richer than you.
Or just don't murder people, even in a cult.
Yeah.
Also, that's a nice matte painting in the background.
You know what's interesting
it's-
about the war between the prophets and the pirates? It's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
interventionists in the Federation versus people who want to follow the Prime Directive.
Mm-hmm.
Make up your mind, Kai. Are you worshipping the pirates or not?
This is so evil.
Wait, are they inside a set right now, or is this actually facing out? They've got to be inside.
Yeah, like you said, that's matte painting, so it has to be a set.
In which case, he's just staring into a very bright studio light going right in his face.
Yeah. And by the way, they have to make it extremely bright to make it mimic the sun. So that
Yeah.
thing is like melting him. Yeah.
they burned down the set of The Shining, the library, or the like big room, great hall, or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
because the lights were so bright and it was so hot. Then they had to rebuild it painstakingly, piece by piece, to do reshoots because who was
And
it?
then
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
He's kind of nuts with
I was
getting
reading
it just right.
the same thing for Full Metal. No, the one where the boot camp training happens and the sergeant is too rough. I think it's Full Metal Jacket or Apocalypse Now. But the lights are so bright because to do the moonlight thing, and they have to be far away and they have to be super intense. So it's like very, 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 very hot, and you have to make it look like
The
the
Alamo.
appropriate time of day.
How did
War
Quark let
gamers.
them set that up in here? That's a lot of table space.
Yeah, that was in Julian's quarters before.
Yeah.
Because O'Brien threatened him with like building regulations or something.
Okay. More extortion. There's a lot of extortion.
Yeah, when it comes to Quark, that's how you get him
Quark
to do
doesn't
stuff.
pay rent, so
Yeah. They'll
We're-
just talk about making him pay rent or something, or how he's violating some building code. But they'll let it slide if they let them play with their toys.
Why did he even have to build it? Why couldn't he just replicate? I guess it's about
Brian building that Thomas
It's a
Bashir
hobby.
that built it.
I replicated like the parts for it and then built it on his own because it's enjoyable to build things.
yeah, it's a nice little hobby.
hmm
So you can play whatever silly childish games you want. You just also have to get your work done.
That's
It's
true.
fine.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Get your homework done before you can play any games or anything you might want to do. Yeah, but going back,
Could you build a bubble of null space around the station where ships couldn't traverse?
Well, yes, we could actually. We just get an omega molecule, blow it up, and everything's fine. Nobody can get here.
Just put one of those subspace rifts all around the station.
Worf, don't be so judgmental. You play in the holosuite too, Worf.
Worf plays with toys too. He literally builds models. He sucks at
His
it, but he does it.
His toy is a hologram with a skull face, and he beats it up in the holodeck over and over again.
Worf's
No,
the
there's a
kind of
scene
guy
in
who's
like
like, oh, I
season
don't,
2 of TNG where he builds a model in his room.
I
but he,
don't
like,
waste
sucks
any
at
time
it.
I could spend working. I don't take off time. I just watch football. It's like, come on, that's not better than
Or
playing a little
baseball?
video game in the holodeck, Worf.
She should say, I seem to recall someone saying gonk gonk gonk.
Gung, gung, gung. Thank you. See, this seems
about
like exactly
baseball,
the
didn't
kind
they-
of thing Worf would love. Worf, go help.
How about baseball? Did they ever watch that?
Now, baseball's dead.
No.
Rightly so. It's the worst sport. I don't actually watch baseball, so I can't make that judgment. But it's the worst sport.
It's okay. To me, it's okay. I mean, I like it, but it's okay. I do really like football, but in the past I used to think that that baseball took all day, but it's pretty good. I didn't care about it. I still
Okay.
don't care about it. I still
So-
kind of think football is better than baseball.
Okay. So, DeMarc getting up early in the morning. I'm thinking if you have trouble getting up in the morning, you could just have the computer transport you into the shower and turn it on to wake you up, and you get ready for the day at the same time. The computer could make you breakfast, everything would be ready. You could have such a productive morning. Or you could go Jimmy Neutron style and have like your bed tilt up and slide you out of bed into your clothes. Well, you had, DeMar.
Oh,
You
yeah,
had
they-
lost your confidence.
Oh yeah, in the '90s episodes. In the they had a they had a they
Yes,
had a
it's because
board.
I've renewed my faith in the Dominion. It's not at all because I'm plotting your demise.
He would never do that. He is a loyal subject of the Dominion.
Very loyal.
Oh, he's really full of himself today.
So, Vorta hair.
It's
It
silly.
looks like... I don't think it's gelled. I feel like it grows up stiff and just goes straight up, and they just have to shear it at the top.
Do you think if they let it grow out, they'll look like Kazons?
Yes. Yes, I do think that. Absolutely.
I hate the Kazons.
Everybody hates the Kazon. The Star
like the
Trek writers
picture where
make
they
jokes
put
about
the-
everyone hating the Kazon.
I like the picture that somebody took. They took Kazon head and they put it on Sukalos's body, the History Channel from Ancient Aliens,
Yeah,
and they
I
at the
know
bottom
the
it says humans.
I'm amazed that you know that that guy's character.
Instead of just the aliens
Name
guy.
Sukalos. You know what his degree is in? His degree is in
Aliens?
sports promotion.
Oh.
No, sports promotion. So like normally he would be promoting like a boxing match or something, or I don't know. It's something completely unrelated, of course, because he's not really a scientist.
The guy who thinks the
scene-
aliens built everything isn't a real scientist?
No, that's surprising. I know.
Wow. Next, you're going to tell
Now-
me Dr. Phil isn't a real psychologist.
He's not.
Now this scene, I always thought they filmed it on location, if you know what I mean. Like they filmed it real well. They just have the lights to have more
Really,
lighting in the
really
building
bright
that they're
lights.
at, because not that very bright.
Now, Ryan, you can't keep living your life like this doing these streams.
Why not? I get my work done. Am I not allowed my childish hobby of watching a bunch of Star Trek?
I was just trying to do my best Dr. Phil impression.
I know, but why not, Dr. Phil? What do you have against Star Trek?
You can't
Well,
keep
no thanks.
retreating into this fantasy world, Ryan. Real life is waiting. It won't wait for you.
Now she's lying to Solbor. Worshipping the devil wasn't bad enough. Now you're lying to people?
Hmm.
Poor Solbor.
Nah, he'll be
Go
fine. Nothing
back
bad
now.
happens to Sobor.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I'm glad he's gonna be fine. Solbor's pretty cool.
He'll be
Yeah,
alright.
he's just chilling.
He's a Klingon.
Oh,
He'll be
okay.
alright. He'll survive.
Goldacott says he'll be serving for many more years. He'll be fine. Be patient, Ducat. Settle down.
Whenever his term will be up. Whenever he has a term that expires.
Does the guy have terms?
No.
Kaiopaka was only replaced because she was presumed dead by the Bajorans.
I think it's a for life type deal.
He's part of dead, but she's sort of alive.
Okay.
She can't really serve the Bajoran people from where she is, though, can she?
She can... I don't know.
She can't just, like, zoom in every day.
Why not?
Because then she can't be in, like, all the meetings in the hallways that get stuff done.
And she can't grab people's ears? They stopped doing that, didn't they? When was the last time they
Kind of.
grabbed someone's ear? Don't you impugn Solbor like that. See, even Kai Wynn values Solbor's skill. God, what kind of monster would say something like that?
A genocidal one.
Killing Bajorans is one thing, but insulting them? Oh god. Cassidy, your outfit. I mean, it looks fine, but it looks uncomfortable. What is that fabric? It looks like microfiber or plush. Why is it? Wait. Cassidy gets paid.
Someone
Yes, yeah.
softly breathes into their mic.
Moon, if you could move your mic slightly further away, that would be ideal.
Oh.
Are you asleep? Hello? I think she's asleep.
Who's asleep?
You. This is Joe.
Yeah, don't do that, Cisco. Don't interfere in your wife's work. She's doing her own thing.
Huh.
That's why Odo leaves. He was persuaded by Quark.
The slayer of Klingons himself.
What was his dad's name? Son of was it Quark, son of
Kelbar.
Keldar.
Kelbor?
Keldar. Yeah, Keldar.
Quark, son of Kevlar.
Quark, son of Keldar.
House of Quark is a good episode.
Yeah.
It is a good episode.
Even if it was only the Gowron looking horrified over the transactions, the financial history.
The best part is like you've schemed to ruin a house with finances
Money.
like some filthy Ferengi. No offense. Go away.
I feel like that's pretty clear, Ducat. Go away is, pretty
Yeah.
obvious. I mean,
He's one of those
I tell
guys that just
people to do it every
doesn't get it.
weekend, but nobody ever does. Everyone just stays hanging out in the voice chat for another 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, you know. Wow.
No, not if it's as leave her alone. Yeah, he's a good guy.
He does it again.
What else happens this episode? I feel like nothing's really going on. Do they kill Solbor in this episode? Yeah, they've got to, because
I
she has the
think so.
Necronomicon.
No, Solbor's fine. Nothing bad happens to him.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Many
Yeah.
more years of service. Okay, so they're leaving, so they have to get to Sao Paulo. With its new carpet.
When the green energy weapon disables their ships. And yeah, the Defiant gets destroyed.
Did we take Chintaka? Which episode was that?
There was the first battle at Chintaka and the second battle at Chintaka.
Well, this is the second battle. When was the first battle? Oh, that was AR-558. Yeah, the Dominion's trying to retake that. Okay.
Was it Shinshaka's system where they had those defense platforms and they tricked them into destroying their own power source
Yeah, I
by
think
making
so.
it look like a Federation ship or something?
They shot a tachyon beam from the deflector dish to the asteroid power subsystem to mimic the signature of a Federation starship. Or
That
some
seems like a
such.
pretty big flaw. Like, wouldn't you have just hard-coded it not to attack anywhere near its own power supply?
No. You can just make infinite Colonel Travises.
You know, I remember when I was a kid in elementary school and bringing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figures to school, and I would meticulously watch after, like, make sure I didn't lose any of the accessories. And I'd get so upset if like I lost one of the little ninja stars or something.
My starship models aren't toys just because I, will make warp core sounds and move them across the screen with a space background. That doesn't make it a toy. It's a model. It's to scale.
Well, even toys are to scale.
I don't know. Have you seen a Barbie?
Do you feel the
It's to
Alcubierre
s-
effect as it
to-
passes by?
It's to a scale. It may not be a fixed scale.
Is Soulbor? Wait, who is that? Is that Soulbor? Are you stealing bucks from the Kai? Oh, you fiend. Maybe everything she said about you is true. You have no authority over him.
Aha! Violence solves everything.
It worked.
Silly Sobor.
All you gotta do is smack
He
a
was like,
priest.
my position and status will protect me. It's like, nah.
Like, no,
You little
nope,
wimp.
nope, nope.
You're just a over hyped librarian. Get out of here. No offense to librarians in the audience.
Oh,
Librarians
librarians
are
are
very
like,
important.
unsubscribe.
Now, the Ryan's Edits YouTube channel officially does not endorse any kind of hatred toward librarians. Librarians are great.
Especially that violence.
They're very important.
You see, the thing about violence towards librarians is it's inherently counterproductive. Even if you want to punch a librarian, you shouldn't, because then they won't find the book you're looking for.
Plus, if you punch someone, that's going to make noise, and you don't make noise in a library.
Everyone's like, shh, stop. Shh.
Yeah, that's what they're most mad about. Not the assault and battery, but the actual making the noise.
I guess if you, stabbed a librarian in the back, that would produce very minimal noise. But still.
Christopher Lee says it's more like a.
Yes.
Do you remember that from?
That is what I was specifically
Lord of the
thinking
Rings.
of, yes.
Yep.
It is generally impolite to
those who don't
stab
know-
people, but if you're trying to avoid noise, that's probably a good way to do it.
For those who don't know, Christopher Lee, who played Count Dooku and Sauron in Lord of the Rings.
Yes,
I know there's too
Saruman.
many S names.
It
Anyway,
concerns me that
during
you
World War
don't,
II, he was-
that you're not certain of that.
there's Sauron. There's a lot of S-A-U-R. Anyway, so during World War II, he was an actual special forces commando, going behind enemy lines and assassinating officers and stealing intel and stuff. And Peter Jackson was trying to tell the person what it sounds like when they get stabbed, and he's like, no, it actually sounds more like this because I've done it.
Oh, what kind of ships are here? I didn't get a good look. I think I saw an Excelsior in there.
I didn't look that good.
I love the Excelsior. I know, say it and say it again and say it again and again and
Everybody
again.
loves the Excelsior.
Such a beautiful ship.
No, it might have been in craft here.
There's a lot of reaction shots.
Yeah.
That was some good padding right there. That's very dramatic fleet. Excelsior, God, I don't even know what some of those classes are.
There's a Kira, Steam Runner. What's the other one?
There was a ship that had like an upside down nacelle section. I don't know how to describe it.
There
There was a Galaxy. There was a that wasn't a Miranda.
Nebula.
Nebula. That's it.
But the Excelsior variant I'm thinking of is
Oh, there it goes.
it's a Curie class. I think Curie class.
All right, Defiant is gone. It's dead.
Oh, one of the things I think this is it. One of the things you see here is when the ship reaches, when you see the steam come out of it, you'll actually see like a tank causing the steam, but I don't know if you'll see that here. It's kind of hard to see.
Okay. Keep an eye out. I'm just
If you
surprised
see
nobody
it,
got
it'll be on the
electrocuted
upper
by
right,
all that
upper
lightning
left.
in the ship.
You see it'll be on the up right there.
See it coming out of the ceiling.
I don't know if it was really there though.
Oh wow, the ablative armor is starting to buckle.
Not the ablative armor.
I mean, it was
Is ablative
They had the
armor
tank-
related
they
to
had the tank
polarized
coming
hull
out.
plating?
Or I was gonna say, is the ablative armor related to the plot armor?
Yes. Very directly in that episode with the coup. And it's like, oh, they've upgraded with ablative armor, neglected to inform Starfleet operations. So we can't defeat them. The Defiant is too powerful with their ablative plot armor.
I knew that Defiant was no match for that.
Bye, Defiant. And yeah, the whole fleet's gone.
Yeah.
Where'd the saucer on? Look at the top of the frame. There's just the nacelle and primary hull. Where did the saucer go on that ship?
Where the Galaxy class star drive section?
Yeah. Did they do a saucer separation?
Maybe it's
mid-battle?
separated. Maybe.
Did they have the dramatic music in the manual undocking?
Why? How come? Here's a question: when we see Galaxy class starships going into battle in Deep Space Nine, why aren't they separated? Why isn't it just the star drive?
They
I don't
never
think
separate
so.
in
I
battle.
don't think we'll see it.
Why are they bringing all that extra bulk? There's no need. It doesn't have anything useful.
The saucer does.
The saucer has a couple extra phaser strips, but they have phaser strips in the primary on the star drive section.
Why would you, if you have the
torpedo launchers
saucer,
on the
why would
star
you
drive.
not bring the saucer if you can bring the saucer?
Because it's just extra mass. It's just extra. It's
Why wouldn't
extra
you-
profile to be shot at.
But you can
So
just
to
separate
It's
carry-
them.
extra.
To carry your argument
Extra
a little
energy.
further, why wouldn't you actually separate the Galaxy class and have it be two ships during the battle? Because that's what the Prometheus was.
Because the saucer section of the Galaxy class isn't warp capable and doesn't have photon launchers, doesn't have any torpedo launches, just has.
Well,
phaser
you
but
don't
if
need to
you're,
warp during the battle.
If
and,
you're in a fleet to fleet battle, yeah, it's a slug out fight. You're not warping, so you don't need to
And
worry
I'd
about
rather-
warp speed.
just because it doesn't have torpedoes doesn't make the phasers on it useless. It's still extra
Right,
firepower.
so- You can't do nifty things like divert warp power to shields or phasers or anything, and because there is no warp, there is no antimatter reactor in the saucer section, and you know,
Oh,
by
wait, here's the
design,
reveal.
it was supposed to be the.
Wait, here's the reveal. We figure it out. Died 9 years ago.
I knew it was the con after all.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
He's not just any Cardassian.
Not just any Cardassian. He's
Who is
Gul
he,
Dukat.
Solbor? Well, strictly
Gul
speaking, he's
Dukat.
not a gull. He's just Dukat. Scrain Dukat.
Elmo Ducat.
She is Dukat.
Screen is beta canon. Elmo is
Yes.
on screen in text.
Where do we see Elmo Dukat?
It's on like a file. Let me pull it up.
Okay. A piece of trivia that I've never seen before? What is this?
I think it's more of an Easter egg than trivia. Here it is in the Memory Alpha article.
Solbor, use gun on Kai. Shoot her. She's a traitor.
You betrayed the people of Dukat.
She's no hesitation from Kai Wynn with the stabbing.
Or hang on. I could be wrong here.
You
Might be
don't
just
just
something
die
that
instantly
will be
from a.
more said.
You betrayed your
You
people.
don't just die instantly from a stab in the back.
Let's see, Ronald D. Moore jokingly
You-
gave Dukat's first
you don't
name as
know
Elmo on
Bajoran's
several occasions,
physiology.
saying it had always been his first name.
Elmo Ducat.
I'll take that as canon. He said it in an
Yeah,
AOL
not
chat
Gul
room. That
Dukat,
makes it
Elmo
canon.
Dukat.
She magically turned on the book.
Yeah.
So he was a pretty
Ah.
good librarian after all.
The best.
He helped them uncover the book.
Here's a funny comment on an ancient web forum from 2011. I hate that 2011 is ancient now.
Yeah. That's the year
Only 10
Skyrim
years
came
ago.
out. And coincidentally, this is also the year that Skyrim came out.
I mean, every year since 2011, a version of Skyrim has come
Yes.
out.
I like to think his first name is Gull, like Darth Vader's was Darth, before it was badly retconned to be the title of every bad guy with a lightsaber. Yes. That just reminds me of the Ryan
can't
George
win,
pitch meeting
Darth.
for Star Wars. It's like, Darth Vader, is his first name Darth? No. What? Okay. You're only a
His
master
first
of
name
evil,
was definitely
Darth.
Darth. Yeah, he's referred to as Darth on multiple occasions in A New Hope.
His name is just Darth Vader. We know this. Darth.
Big Darth.
Maybe it's like Bajorans. The last name comes first, and Darth is just a standard Sith name.
And Golf, um, Darth is actually Gul.
Gull Vader.
Yeah, Gul Vader. Yeah, like Gul Vader.
Why is Odo giving himself a mustache with his finger?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I won't worry about it.
Okay.
Oh, she doesn't get to listen to the rest of the speech?
Just like the speech step. And I shouldn't say this, but Biden gives.
All right. Looks like we got another war. We put a war in our war.
Yo,
We
dog.
didn't have enough. I don't know. That feels like it's going a little far. Trying to kill Jeffrey Combs.
Nah. What's his name? Is definitely a very vengeful person.
Damar.
Yeah, Damar.
But it's Jeffrey Combs. You can't do that.
He hates Jeffrey Combs, though.
It's just messed up. Okay, that's a
do you
good
like
that's a good
Grunt?
line to subtitle. Something something. I'll hold you to that. Can work with that. Kira, how do you even take that off at the end of the day? Does it? I don't see a zipper.
Probably needs help.
It's just
It's a
Odo.
uniform issue.
That's the
Maybe
secret. That
maybe
was
Odo
Odo,
does it.
disguised as Kira.
Maybe it's Odo. Odo is the suit. Yikes.
You can't.
No,
you can't
maybe that.
disprove
Okay, I didn't
this.
think of that, but I was thinking more like it's just Odo.
Maybe it's like you know, it's like the Spider-Man's black suit. It's like the Venom suit. It's Odo.
Yeah.
You can't prove that it isn't Odo unless Odo's in the screen and not touching her.
Well, we did see Odo
Actually,
like a minute
maybe
before
Odo-
with his finger
right.
mustache.
He was like, "Here's gonna need to meet Cisco soon. I need to go and become the suit."
Mhm.
Remember
I guess
remember
if
when
Kira
Odo
was someone
gave
to some
Sheer a
position-
sample?
So Odo was summoned to some position.
Yeah, but the sample
really
wasn't
fast.
another Odo.
Then Odo could just be the suit. If Kira needed to throw on a suit real quick to get to Ops, it could just be Odo. Doesn't have time to put that on. Quick and easy. Alright, let me change the title of this in preparation for next week. The episode... Oh, I get to delete episode. Movie is going to be Generations. Next week.
Oh.
It is at the moment on YouTube. For free. Though, if you want to stay in sync, you might want ad block. But,
Yep.
yeah, should be good.
Oh no, I won't. I
Advocating
won't even
for
be here next week.
Yes, I
Is
am
ad block
advocating.
like technically illegal?
No.
You sure?
Yes. If you want to use ad
Seems
block,
like it's something that would be technically illegal.
if you want to use ad block and you use ad block on my channel, I don't care. It's fine. Use ad block wherever you want.
I use it.
I will
Good.
use the ultimate ad block and watch the movie on DVD next week.
Wow.
Mm.
All right, we're done here. Go away.
Bye.
Thank you, chat. Thank you, Ryan.
Ryan. Think of that.
Hey guys.
Did Ryan already leave?